What is the cheapest auto insurance carrier in Lexington, South Carolina? So I'm going to give you three things to help lower the premiums, lower the cost to auto insurance, and I'm going to step out on a limb and actually name a couple carriers I think that are doing really well and offer competitive auto insurance here in Lexington, South Carolina. So let's get started. To frame everything, I would say there's 1,000 different things that go into what carriers, how they calculate the auto premium. So for your age, your location, really zip codes, the type of car, how many people in your house, do you rent or own? There's 1,000 different things that go into your past history that go into it. So as you speak to your neighbor, as you speak to other people, it's going to be different, right? Have they had tickets? Have they had, claims that have driven stuff up? So all these things go in, and all of this is dumped into a national database called LexisNexis. So all of this is pulled together. All the carriers can see the same things. So this is, this is where kind of to frame it, where they're all kind of getting the information. So first step, find an independent agency. Now, this may seem self-serving because Safe Harbor is an independent agency, but I'm basically just talking about the model. So in our industry, there's independent agents and brokers, and then there's captive carriers, right? A captive carrier is basically all the carriers, all the insurance carriers you see on TV shows, right? So if you call one of them, they are only going to sell you that product, that carrier, right? If you do a Google search of your area and find an independent agent, basically, or a broker, they represent you. They have a number of different carriers that they can look across all these carriers to find the very best coverage at the very best rate, and they can keep moving it around, right? Where a captive carrier only has that product, only has that carrier, right? So it's just the model. So I would do a Google search, right? Look at the reviews, look at their website, look at what they specialize in, these independent agents, and reach out to them, set an appointment to go out and speak with them, or send everything over and let them work for you to show you what they can do differently. Second step, watch the small claims. Frequency equals severity in the insurance market. So if you say, hey, I had a flat tire and I had a claim. Hey, I got a windshield damage and I had a claim. Hey, I hit a deer and it was a small comp claim. So it's 3. And then if you actually have an accident, 4. And carriers are getting to where they're dropping people at renewal, right? They're seeing a couple little small claims, and you may say, hey, that's what it's there for. But in the carrier's mind, it's going to lead to a big claim. And they're basically either they're not renewing you, or they're going to jack up the price. So really watch out those small claims. And that's some of the things that we do here at the agency. When clients call in, we kind of troubleshoot ways to get around it and things to handle it so they're not having those impacts to their premium. Third, paying in full. I know it sounds crazy, but there really is a sizable discount on paying in full. And so I believe most carriers here in South Carolina, auto carriers, you have to, or the policies are 6 months. A couple of years ago, they had 12-month terms. So I believe they're all 6 months. So you pay in full. A lot of times that savings is $200 to $300 for the 6 months, right? That's a sizable savings. And you're done, right? You don't have to worry about if your card gets hacked and you got to call the carrier and update the card information or anything like that. You're done for it, right? It may be kind of a big step to do, but it's a sizable savings. Carriers. So I'm going to step out on a limb here and name a couple. I think Progressive is doing really well, right? I think that Travelers is doing well. I would say Travelers is probably the premier carrier in South Carolina right now. If you're eligible, they're being very, very strict on who they pick up. But I would, again, reach out to each independent agent to have them tailor it to you, right? To go in and make sure that it's tailored to you, and they can talk about all the pros and cons of everything. So it really is them laying out the risk in front of you and then you picking it, right? To making sure you're making the best decision, right? To protect you. Because if, to save $100 here and then to have a trouble later on, it's not worth that $100 savings. I promise you. There are a number of cut rate auto carriers here in South Carolina. Please watch out for them, right? You may save $200, but I have clients that other people have hit them and they go to the other carriers paying, this cut rate carrier is paying for the repairs on their vehicle, and no mechanic shop, no body shop here in Lexington, Columbia wants to take that carrier, right? And so, I mean, you're paying, if that was their carrier, you're paying for nothing, right? You get into a wreck and no body shop wants to take care of it. So it's it's pointless, right? It has no value. So definitely reach out to an independent agency. Safe Harbor Insurance Advisors. We've been in Lexington for over 8 years, working with a number of clients throughout South Carolina. We'd love to show you how we're different. My name is Lawson Condell. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Look forward to speaking with you again.